fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here. And now, whenever we last left off with this series, we had Junto, who, after giving up the name of Izuku Midoriya, he was given unrestricted access to the Elven Library. Now, ever since then, he's been in the library for every single day, not even taking a step outside. Now, this was very impressive to Laura. This shows exactly his dedication to the idea that if he does become a demon, there are certain risks, however there are many rewards to it. Now, you do have where it's been about 11 days, so almost 2 weeks, where the king, he's finally at least noticed this man's determination. And whenever he did come to Dorzaya, he did inform him that he can walk out of here if he does please. He has unrestricted access. Now, the king, he did try to explain it to him. And he did just somewhat look at the king, asking about how he really does know that. Young man, it's simple. It's, well, bound in the spirit library. I mean, well, you did already pay the toll. No one has ever paid it a second time. Really? Yes. Listen, you need to just sleep. Eat something at least. I have. Now, the king is confused. This boy has been sleeping and eating in the library? Now, he does just look at him, informing him that if he does already have the information he does need, then he just needs to take a breath of fresh air. Now, Junto, he does look down. He feels like he's already gathered all the information he can. He's discovered that apparently there is the grave of the demon, somewhere outside of the Butterfly Kingdom. The demon, the hero, defeated hundreds of years ago. Now, he does want to, go through an autopsy of this, and at least try and piece it back together. However, he's asked his system many times about all the information he's gathered. And his system has given him at least 2 options for the evolution of demon. Now, Junto knows at this point that it's a 50-50 risk. Many things are talking about demons being savage creatures, uncontrolled and feral and ballistic monsters. However, those are natural-born creatures, beings and people that evolve to the rank of demon. There's not very much on them. However, from what he can piece together, he will be still normal, or still be normal. But he'll just be a lot stronger, a lot faster, a lot more unkillable, and a lot more dangerous. Now, he does just do one thing. He does slam his book closed and order all of his monoclones back to his body. Now, as he does that, all the information that each clone has gathered just go directly into Midoriya's head. And he does just somewhat ask his system one last time the question, before he does smirk. Now, Midoriya, he does stand up, informing the king that he's done here. Young man, really? Yes. Now, Deku does go to walk out of the library, as you do have Laura, who does follow behind him, Midori, he does cross the threshold, and he does look down at his hands. He feels the same. Okay. Hey, I'm going to turn around and walk back in. Nothing's different. Huh. And here I thought you were trying to trick me. Hmm? No, young man, that's far from the truth. You are one of our allies. Tricking you is not something that should be, well, taken lightly. As long as you're aware. Now, he does just go to think. Okay. A lot of things are currently going on in his head. A lot of information's been pieced together, a lot of, well, thoughts are just jumbled together. He needs a minute to. Requirements have been met. Now, you do have where Midoriya's system does inform him of a skill. Would he like access to Parallel Mind? Parallel what? Parallel Mind. Skill. Special ability. Creates separate consciousness from your body. Or, well, correct. Allows you to be able to manage high-level thoughts, along with requiring you to at least know basic knowledge. Sure. Now, as Roy he does bi-parallel minds, he does find that his thoughts feel less clouded. And that's very strange. Now, you do actually have a voice that just pop into his head. Well, this is weird. What the fuck was that? Oh, I'm you? Okay, I'm not gonna try and deal with this bullshit. Yeah, I kinda don't know what's going on either. I guess I'm here to manage the jumbling thoughts in your head. Thanks. Now, Laura is staring at him. He looks confused, as if he's talking to somebody. Junto? Him turning to Laura. Yeah, I need to head somewhere. I'm curious about this still. I need to talk to the. What was her name? The butterfly princess. Oh. You mean Claire? Yes, Claire. I need to speak with her urgently. Yes, okay. Now, Laura would instruct one of her people to go send a message to Claire of the Kingdom, or Claire of the Butterfly Kingdom. She's currently within the 10 Nation headquarters. Now, somebody would run off to do this, as they were informed about this. Junto wants to speak. Now, as it does happen, you do actually have where the two do go flying off afterwards. And the king does watch his daughter fly away with the strongest man he's ever seen. Now, you do actually have where they're both flying. And eventually, they would arrive back home in the capital. Now, at this point, Lee and the copy of Junto are still training, out in the forest. Meanwhile, we do also have the copy that got stuck with Ray, Bell, and Tori. Now, he did continue to train them in magic. However, all three of them were heavily excited for the idea of Junto's return. They're not going to get a copy to do, well, the request. They wanted the original to be there. Sure, it's going to be harder for him to manage, but he should be able to do it. Now, this is where the three, they are ecstatic, since they do see something fly overhead above the castle. And you do actually have where the other Dorzaya, or Junto, he does look up, as he does feel his physical body beginning to disappear. I guess he doesn't have need of me anymore. Now, he does get to bring his hands up, informing all three of them that he's returning back to the original, as he does disappear. Now, all three of them are quite surprised. They didn't expect that. And then we do have the one over with Lee. They're currently heading back. It's still roughly about an hour or two away. But you do actually have where the copy, he does look at his hands. Before he does go to turn around. I guess you're on your own for right now. Master? I'm returning to the original, don't worry. Then again, this is a bummer. Oh well. See you later. That Junto disappearing. Now, you do have where he does land in the castle and then go to look around. As the copy in his head does try to talk about how there's something he needs to be aware of. Not now. But I feel like you might need to know this. Now, this one does, well, the Junto, or Junto, he does go to walk towards the war room. I still thought he had copies for a minute. And he actually does go to sit down, as he does reveal to everybody exactly what the plan is. He needs to head to a location real quick. Afterwards, he's going to inform them all of the plan to take out the human kingdom. He knows for a fact that him looking towards the fox woman, who does sit in the room, talking about how he knows for a fact that Sylvia's nation is in danger, and that the capital is almost under siege. Yes. It does weigh on me with a heavy heart to know that. I understand, Sylvia. But listen, once I come back, I will be able to reassure you. We'll be able to do this. I'll be able to take down many opponents. In fact, I do believe that a withdrawal of our forces might be what's needed. A withdrawal of our forces? You're insane. Yes, as much as I would want to disagree, this doesn't feel right. I see. Many of you don't understand. What if I told all of you I'm able to get multiple times stronger within the span of, let's say, a day? Well, I would call you crazy. I'd say that you're using, well, too much magic. I see. My sword. I'm going to pull it, explaining everything to all of them. As he does talk about how with this he can become a demon. And he's discovered what will happen after he awakens. Yes, is that truly the best idea? I think so. My physical body will change. However, from what I've researched in the land of the elves, I should remain intact. I should remain me. And, well, I'm curious. Him looking towards the butterfly princess once again. Informing Claire that there's a place outside of her kingdom he does want to go to. I'm sorry? Yes. Listen. It's a place considered to be the outskirts. Now, everyone does stare at him. The outskirts? People are not permitted to go there. That's where they draw their line. Quite literally, that's the edge of their border. Anyone who goes to the outskirts cannot be protected. There's no support. It's just a free-for-all. It's a fend for themselves type scenario. And he wants to go beyond this? Now, this is quite a concern. As she does ask Junto if he does believe that that's a very good idea. I do. Listen, there's something there I want to investigate. And once I find it, I'm curious about what it is. Hmm? It's said to be the remains of a demon, or someone who turned into a demon. I wish to investigate it and learn. Know what I'm doing to my body, what I'm doing to myself. Now, he does also talk about how he believes that there's something he might find there. He doesn't understand it, but he feels like his sword's pointed that way. Hmm. Well, there's not very much we could do to stop you. Yes, I understand that, which is why I wish for a guide. Now, you do actually have where he does look at the butterfly princess, asking her if she would accompany him on his journey. Hmm? Why me? Because I have no idea where your kingdom is. Along with that, I might get attacked by your people. Now, she does just stare at him. He's being completely serious. Her people, they do specialize in aerial combat and attacks. That's true, yes, but at the same time, they know they have a Dragon Slayer on their side. Then again, with the way her people are, yeah, this might be best. Now, she does go to stand, informing him that she does understand. However, this trip is going to be very long. Is he prepared to head that way? Yes, I am. Okay, very well. Now, you do actually then have where she does go to stand up. And they do make their way towards the door. As soon as the door opens, you do actually have Ray, Lee, and Ray, Bell, and Tori, who are all standing there. What are you three doing here? That's what I was trying to inform you about. Not used to you yet. Hey, don't ignore us. Okay. I'm very busy at the moment. Hey, we won that battle, meaning you got to be our servant for a day. Servant? I'm going to think. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'm going to bring his hands up, informing all three of them that he'll do that when he gets back. You can't defy an order from your master? That being what Ray does say. I'm going to look directly at her and use Bloodlust. As she does immediately freeze. Now, the other two do stare at Ray, who she is frozen stiff. Now, he does go to bring his hands up. Sorry. Don't say that again. Uh, sorry, Junto. That was kind of her idea. Okay. Explain this to me. My clones, all of them are jumbled together right now. And I need to make, well, it out soon. It's going to be clear, I mean. Okay. Well, a few days ago, your clone, I mean, he made a bet with us. Basically, for one single day, if we won, you'd do what we ask. Anything. And if you won, the offer was kind of the same. Okay, I see. And from the way you three are acting, I'm guessing I lost? Yes, of course you did. We did what you taught us to. We fought you. We are strong enough to work together. Good for you, Tori. Anyways, now, you do actually have where he does look at her, asking her what did she want him to do. Well, I mean, it's her going to mumble something. And he did hear what she did say. Okay, fine, later. What? I heard you. Anyways, I'm going to walk away, informing both of them that tell Ray that he'll do what she asks for one day. But if she does ask for anything beyond what he will do, he will not do it. Now, they do just look back at Rei, who she's still frozen stiff. As Tori, she's going to try and shake her back towards consciousness. Now, you do actually have Claire and Junto as they do leave. Her asking exactly what was that back there? Oh, that. Those are my friends. Friends? Yes. Anyways, we need to hurry now. Why? With each passing second, somebody dies, and we can't allow that. I see. Do you really care about those people? No. What? Listen, I care for people I know. I care for people who have done no wrong. As far as I'm concerned, if anyone's wronged me, they'll die. If people leave me alone, they'll live. And if people are my friends, well, I help them. That's how I am. That's how I'll always be. Now, the two do get outside, as Junto does ask her if she thinks she'll be able to keep up, as he does sprout large wings. Her looking directly at him as she does go to take flight. And he would watch that. Her flying in a direction as he does follow her. Now, eventually they do fly directly towards their location. And after about, let's just say, a few hours and a few stops, they would eventually arrive directly at the border to the Butterfly Nation. Now, Junto, he is very surprised. This place, it looks like a regular forest, or at least, well, desert. There's so much sand everywhere. Him bringing his hand down and looking at the area. As he does go to tap his sword on the ground. Now, he does just try to think. Okay. Him using his skills. Asking his parallel mind exactly where does he think that battle took place at? From everything described in the story, a battle outside of the borders. Wait. The parallel mind coming to the conclusion that Midori has to head 25 miles, let's just say, east. Or west, actually. Now, he talks about how there were 3 points in the story. And it talked about how there were 3 borders. And this was kind of confusing. The parallel mind explained that they believe that it's on the border of the 2 nations. And the edge of the border does count as one. Maybe. Now, he does go to make copies. As 6 of him do appear. And the princess just stare at that. Him informing all of them that they all do know what they do. And one of them do come walking right up to Junto. You gotta say, this is a lot easier being in the driver's seat. Oh, great. Does that mean when I do that you'll be in control of a body? Most likely. Gotta say, it's very strange. Is that normal? No, I'd like to introduce you to one of the voices in my head. Hi. Hi. Yeah, don't worry, he's only partially insane. I'm part of a skill called Parallel Mind. Oh. Okay. I wasn't aware such a skill existed. Yeah. Now, the original, he does stare at the copy, informing that he does have someone to be, doesn't he? Maybe. Now, he does go to take flight, as the copies they do spread out in every direction, except for the one they did currently come in. Now, you do have where, after a few hours of searching, eventually the place was found. The parallel mind was somewhat correct. just about 20 miles away from where the three borders were, this location was found. And it was very strange. Now, it involved a lot of, well, wind magic to uncover the area where the demon was laid to rest. Now, you do have where Junto does walk up to see the body, and he does find it to be quite fascinating. Now, the body, it does lay there, as he does go to analyze it. Now, he does hear about the original species, orc. However, it does talk about how it's evolved, and the system does run an analysis on it, determining that this is a demon race orc. Fascinating. Wait, what is this? This, we're going to say the name of the legendary hero, talking about how this is what became of him. What? That story, it's real? Yes. Often than not, fairy tales have some truth. Keep that in mind, princess. Oh, wow. Now, the princess's mind, it does race. That story, that's all she ever thought it was. A story. It's crazy. It's, well, insane. Now, he does go to walk up, as he does go to blow the wind and uncover the sand that's currently covering the rest of his body. Now, he does look down, seeing that underneath all that sand, there was an item. What is this? I'm going to reach down and pick it up, as it looks like a black chain. What the hell? Now, the chain, it does begin to start wrapping around Dorziah's wrist. It does find it to be quite surprising, as he does begin to go to pull it, as it does begin to start throwing its weight out of the sand and above. Now, the chain, as it did wrap around his arm, it does go up towards his torso and go to then wrap around his waist. Junto, he did try to fight it. However, he was surprised that he couldn't pull this weapon apart, as his inventory did inform him of a new specialized piece of equipment. What the hell is this thing? Inventory notice. Chain Spear of Demons, equipped. Chain Spear? What the hell? Unique item. What the? Wait. Chain Spear of Demons. Now, he does just go to look down at his waist, as he does go to grab the chain, before it does just go to, well, lock itself around one of his arms. And he does directly hold the spearhead in his hand. What the hell is this thing? Now, he does just think, wait, this thing, it's a weapon of a demon. Meaning that, now, he does ask the chain, is he its new master? The chain, it doesn't really respond. He should have assumed so. Now, he does just say retract, the thing going to shoot back down his arm and directly towards his waist. As he does then look down at it, looking in his inventory and looking over the stats. A weapon belonging to a demon. And from what he does read, this orc, he did the same thing he did, or is trying to currently do. He's trying to evolve himself into a demon lord, or into a demon. The orc did that, but his weapon, it seems that it also may have changed. Now, this is very impressive. In Junto, he does go to tell it to retract. The thing going to wrap around his waist once again. That's all I needed. I'm going to stand up. What is that? It's his weapon. I guess this completes his story. His story? Yes. Him going to go to bend down. As he does begin to start picking up the bones. What are you doing? Hmm? This man's an ogre. Yes, but why are you messing with his corpse? Messing with it? This man was shunned from his home, and as far as I'm concerned, this isn't where a warrior is supposed to be buried. Hmm? What? Think about it. The moment everybody got what they needed from him, he was betrayed. I see myself in this man. So I'm not just going to let his bones fry in the desert heat. No. He does pick up all of them. All of them going into his inventory as does talk about how once they do return, he's going to bury this man in his homeland. And afterwards, he does plan to evolve. Wow. You're bizarrely kind. Maybe. However, my kindness is because of sympathy. Hmm? Listen, I don't expect you to understand it, but whenever you go through hell, get driven insane, and put yourself back together the way I did, a lot less things make sense to you. And the less things make sense, the more they do. That's all I can tell you. Um, that logic doesn't really. Exactly. Now, the two would make their way back towards the kingdom, where Junto, after the princess, she does get dropped off, or she does stop flying, he does continue flying, heading towards the land of the ogres. Now, as it does happen, he does bury this man on a giant hill, the tallest one he can find. And the king of the ogres, he is made aware of this. And Dorziah, yeah. The man, he might be annoyed or pissed, but he's not going to tell him where this man's body does lie. He's an ogre. He sees the value in battle. And as far as he's concerned, that man can shove it up his ass if he wants him to relocate this body. Now, he does eventually return, as out in the courtyard, the kings and royalty are all waiting for him. As you do actually have the ogre who does come walking up. And he does expect the man is going to at least say something. What do you want? I wish to know. Did you bury him? Yes. I'm not telling you shit about where his body is. I see. That warrior. That story. It's a disgrace to our kingdom. That man was a valiant fighter. And, well, I thank you. I thank you. The mark he's left on our nation, the reputation he's given us. He, well, may he rest. You're taking that surprisingly well. Maybe. However, what will you do now, demon? Not yet. Now, he does inform all of them. He's going to return to his room to do this, as he does go to turn and walk away. Now, the butterfly princess does answer some of the questions they do have, as no one other than him apparently has ever gone out there that far. Now, Junto, as he is making his way back to his room, you do actually have where Ray, Tori, Belle, and Lee, they're all there. Lee was apparently informed about this strange thing going on, and shocked about the relationship between Belle and Junto. Sure, Junto is nice to her, but apparently, yeah, that's a thing. Now, you do eventually have where he does step into his room, and all four of them do walk inside with him. Okay, all of you, what do you want? Well, Junto, are you really going to... Yes. Master, this doesn't seem like a very good idea. Maybe not. However, I made a promise. I'll keep it. However, this boost in power is also somewhat of a nice bonus. Now, you do actually have Ray, who does step forward informing him that this is unacceptable. What? You're giving up this life? Maybe. Now, he does go up to bring his hand up, placing it on her shoulder as she does actually feel his hands shaking. Wait, that's the first time I've ever seen him. Listen, all four of you. Just shut up and let me do this. But, Master... Junto. Now, he does look at Tori, asking her what. Now, she does going to step forwards, and she does kiss him herself. Belle, she does get immediately a look of shock on her face, as you do have Lee and Ray, who they're both very surprised by that. Now, after she does, Paul wishes to inform him not to die like an idiot. This being where Ray does actually jump upwards and grab him by his shoulders, as she does kiss him as well. Now, as that does happen, you do actually have where he does go to grab her and put her down, asking her what was that. Don't die. You've taught me a lot. Her bring her hands up onto her shoulder. And, well, I've kind of calmed down some since I first met you. I apologize for those interactions. And, well, I wish I could have gotten to know you more. I'm not used to doing things the way the elves do, but this was nice. That's the first sensible thing I've ever heard out of your mouth. Way to ruin the moment. Oh, sarcasm. That's new. Now, he does look at Lee, telling her that if she has anything to say to him before he does do this, then she does need to say it now. Well, Now, he does go to step forwards, and he does grab her chin and lean it upwards, kissing her himself. Now, he does go to step backwards and he does watch her face turn bright red. That was it, right? Yeah? Good. Now, he does inform all of them to please step out of the room, as he does go to summon his weapon. Now, he does then go to bring it upwards and ask his system exactly if he'll be able to evolve with one simple cut. No. Further analysis upon skill, further analysis upon evolution, has determined one swift and just way to fully evolve. The seed must be placed in the organ that does pump blood throughout the entire body. I see. Now, he does then get the request by his system. Evolve to demon? Yes. Him going to thrust his blade directly into his chest, as he does stab himself directly in the heart, and he does feel blood begin to pour from his mouth, as he is going to drop down onto his knees. Now, he does find that he's having a lot of difficulty breathing, and it hurts. It hurts a lot. Now, he does then fall sideways, as he does feel his eyes begin to close, as his blade, it does begin to start burning its way into his skin and body, as he's covered in a black substance, and his former blade does disappear. Now, with that being said, he's covered in somewhat of a cocoon, and he's beginning the process of evolving into the demon. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Have an amazing day. Catch you guys in the next part.